SudokuStore. I'm Rusty. Application, I think. If it were not Rusty, I'd probably be early on time and wouldn't be quite so squeaky. Ah, well. In any case, got one of the people that follow the channel, or at least the topic on BlueSky, has posted this is considered a relatively tough puzzle, one that needs to be expected to know as far as some techniques that are needed to solve it. So I'm going to just treat it as, let's see what we can do. I am not looking for world-setting, record-setting times or anything. Just here to have a good time. I hope you are as well. Alright, this is our puzzle. What it looks like, where we are. And I see one entry already, so let's go and put that in. That's going to be an 8. And let's see, we can 8 one of these two. We've got 3 places for an 8 there, 3 here. 2 places here. And let's move on to 1s. 3 possibilities there. 4 here. 4 here. 5 here. 5 here. And wide open here and here with 3 here. 2s. Well, 2s we get a little bit of help with. 2 possibilities there. There's 12 here. One of these 2 will be a 2. And we get a 2 here. Okay, that looks like it. 2s. I've got something in every square. 3. We get 2 possibilities down here. But only 2 up here. That blocks that one, so that's 2 here. 3. Alright, we get a 3 here. Another one here and 1 here. That turns that into a 3. And I believe that gives us a 3 in every square. Over here we have 2 possibilities for a 4. Then too many possibilities here. 3 possibilities here. 4 possibilities here. 3 here. 4 possibilities here. So we'll be coming back to some of this stuff later. We got 5 here. No others on the board. 2 possibilities for 5 up here. Oh, mistake. 3. That's possibilities as well. We don't mark 3 repeat. So we're on to 6s at this point. We've got 2 possibilities for 6s. It actually is helpful. We'll see what we can do with that as a result. Here we've got 2 possibilities for 6. Too many possibilities here. 3 possibilities here. 3 here as well. And 4 possibilities here. On to 7s. Look, highlight. Let's go back to that 5 and make sure that I've only got the 1. Yep, only have the 1 5 on the board. I've got 2 7s on the board. So one of these 2 is going to be a 7. That means one of these 2 is going to be a 9, and one's going to be a 5. Neither of them got read out, so don't see anything more useful with that. We're looking at 8, so I've got 2 possibilities for an 8 here. That means an 8 is there. Turns that into 8 there. And just have the two possibilities in two squares. Great. Now, how about 9? We got two possibilities. Select that. Okay, if two 9s on the board, one of these two is going to be a 9, which means this one is going to be a 5. That means that one of these three will be a 5. Don't know what. We're looking at 9s again, so one of these two is going to be a 9. I've got 3 possibilities here, 2 possibilities here. Down here I end up with 3 possibilities. Already have 2 earmarked here. So that's going to be it for 9. Let's see, we put in a 5. Other options here, so let's see if we get any, sorry about that, any better hits on things at this point. So, back up here, still have 4 possibilities for 1. 2 filled, 3, 4 filled, 4 possibilities for 5. 3 possibilities for 6, 3 for 7, and 8 already, and 4 possibilities for 9, or 2 possibilities for 9. Alright, 3 possibilities for 1, 2 and 3 on the board, 3 and 4 on the board, 2 possibilities for 5, knock this down to a possibility as well. That also locks in this one as being a 1, which means one of these two is going to be a 1 now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 7, 8, and 9. Okay. Up here we end up with 3 possibilities for 7 there. Alright. We got a 2, 6 pair, a 4, 9, and a 5, 9. Logically, this one here should be a 4, 5, but I don't have anything blocking a 9 from it, so we're going to hang on to that. Coming over here, let's take a look at this. I've got 3 places I can put 1, 2, 3, 4 are already. I've got 2 places for 5, and 2 places for a 6. The remaining numbers go in one of these 3 spots. Minus 4, which is going to be one of, nope, 1, which is going to be one of these 3. Let's see. 2, 3, so one of these 3 is going to be a 4. Got 5 and 6 in the middle. I've got 3 possibilities for 7, and 3 possibilities for 9. Okay, well, we know a little bit more, not enough. Let's see. Over here, we've got 4 spaces for 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces for 4, 5 spaces for 5, 3 spaces for 6, 7, and 2 spaces for 8. Okay. about here? 3 spaces for 1, 2, 3, 3 spaces for 4, 4 spaces for 5, 3 spaces for 6, 4 spaces for 7, and 8, and 2 spaces for 9. Do you have anything better up here? 4 spaces for 1, 2 is earmarked, 3 divided, 4 spaces for 4, 5 is divided, 6 is provided, and way too many spaces, 7, 8 is provided, and 2 spaces for 9. Okay. 2 spaces for 1 here, 2 spaces for 2 already marked, 3 is given, 5 spaces for 4, 3 spaces for 5, 2 spaces for 6 already marked, 4 spaces for 7, 8 is already provided, and wide open on 9. Okay, let's take and start with this 6 here. Let's say that's 6. That means this would be a 7. And one of these would be a 7. Can't earmark these as 7s. So up here we've got 5, 7, 4, 9, 1, 3. So one of these is going to be a 6 for that to work. And what do we get down here? We've got 2 places for 9 and 2 reason place already 4. That can't be a 4, so I'm going to tentatively earmark those 2 as 4, meaning this is going to be our missing digit, which appears to be a 7. So that has a 7 and an 8 here. And let's see, anything else I can work? Well, we can start up top here, I guess, and say, let's assume this is 1 now. That might be 6. Does it help us anywhere? But we know one of these 2 is going to be a 6. So that means that's going to be a 6. It means that would be a 6. That can't be a 6. So back out that 1 and 6 pair up there and change that to 6 and 1. And now one of these is going to be a 1. So we get one of these is going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. one of these two becomes 6. This is a 6. That becomes a 6. Doesn't change this up here yet, but that makes this input 8. And anything else for an 8? I think that's the last one. 9, 7, 1's here, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4. 5, 5, 5. Okay, can't mark the 5s or the 4 at this point. And up here we now are limited. This one, oh, no, we're not. All 3 of those can be 4, as can this one. 4, 9, 4, 9. And let's see. That can't be a 1, so with these two it's a 1. That is not, that is. Now we can put in the 4, 5, I believe it is. Yeah. There, those 2 places. And let's see, what else can we do? So one of these 3 is going to be a 5. In fact, we know which one it's going to be. This is the only thing that will fit here. That means that's a 5 and a 7 there. And now we've got 3 possibilities for 7 here. 4, 9, 4, 9. That alternate. Nope. That's alternating with 1. Unfortunately, I've got 1s in here, 4s in here. But 2 2s, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 6. One of these 3 is a 7, 8, and 2 possibilities for 9. Okay. No help with 9 here other than it can't be one of these 2. Oh, but that was a 1. Okay. That means one of these 2 is a 1. Turns this into a 1, 4, and 9. 4 here, and a 9 here. And so what I've got left in here is a 7. Let's come back to that. Did change this one right here. That now is a 5, turning this into a 9, and this into a 5. This becomes a 4 here. Out here, this becomes a 5 and a 9. Out here, we get a 4 and a 9. Means no 9s here. This one becomes a 9. This one becomes a, nope, that's not enough. So one of the 6 are wrong. I have to go back further where I made first pseudo random choice. Okay, I decided on a 7 there. So let's assume instead there's a 7 here. No, that can't be. That can't be 7. That can't be a 7. Meaning one of these 3 is a 7. Let's one of these to be 7. We can do that by selecting the 7, 5 up here. Let's pick this is 7, this is 5, and turn this into a 7. Now, I was going with 7 here. That doesn't work. Okay, the problem I've got is that this has to be a 7. It has to be because the 4 and the 9 are the only thing other than a 7 missing from this column, and they're both blocked there. So 4 and 9 are the possibilities there. We'll get a 7 there, 8 and a 7 here. Alright, which makes an 8 here. This can't be a 4. Doesn't mean it can't be a 5, 1. 5 or 1 could be here without a problem. We are limited to 4 and 9 in these two. So let's go with 4 here and a 9 here. That gives me a 9 here. Which turns this into a 5, this becomes a 9. Which means this one becomes a 5. I'm kind of wondering if I'm going down an old trail here. If that becomes a 5, one of these two, no, not 7, becomes a 1. That means this is a 1. Break down here. So I might have to go back further. Let's try something at 4 and 9. There. 4 and 9. 5 and 9. 4 and 9. 9 here. Which means one of these three is a 7. So this is a 5, 7 here. One of these two is going to be a 5. Also, one of these two is a 5. All right, the other option here is a 1. So that's that. 5. And that becomes a 5 there. 1, 2, 3. So one of these two is, so this one's 4. And that makes this one into a 6. Which is what's here as well. Then we got 1s and 4s. Except that here we now have a 6, 1, 5, and 9, which turns this into a 1 and a 4, giving us a 4 here with break. Let's try swapping around that 7 and a 5 top. For that, I'm going to have to break some other stuff here. In fact, I'm going to break down that 7 and 8 pair here. And that gets broken by that 7 there. All right. Keep thinking. No, can't have a 7 there. There's a 9 and a 4 down here, blocking here. Alright, let's actually go all the way back. I'm running this now for almost 25 minutes. And we're just going to go through and we'll flood and try solving from a flood. I should not need flood, but as I say, the other person who has a solver tried that or ran through that and says, yeah, this one's up in the difficulty range. So we'll go with the flood. All that means is every place that I normally would put only two possibilities in place gets every possibility. I should say every reasonable possibility. As an example, that looks like it might be a possibility, but it's not. It's blocked. Okay. And in places like this, where you end up with a lot of possibilities, that's not a possibility. And I do agree that if you know the technique for solving some of the more difficult puzzles, going through and marking everything can be a waste of time, but currently I am not up to that, so I am not embarrassed by that fact. It's a, yeah, I would kind of recognize. I would rather accept my failings and see if I can solve otherwise, but sometimes you don't have a lot of choice, so I should say I'd rather learn what the solutions are. Again, sometimes that isn't given opportunity. Okay, I think that's going to be a stick. We'll come back. Reason being is I can't have a 6 in the middle column here. This one can't be a stick. So yeah, this has to be a stick. Make this into a stick. Gives me possibilities for 7 up here now. And 2 here. We get a 7 possible there, there, there. One of those two is going to be a 7. So these unmarked. And we've got, oh, not a 7 there, there. 3 possibilities here is up. And I think that is it. 7. Yep. Okay. I've got 2 possibilities for an 8 here. All right. That's broken. Okay. That can't be a 6. But one of these 2 can be a 6. So let's undo that. Make this not a 6. So that easy way, that becomes a 6. So up here we've now got an 8 going to be a thing here, which makes this an 8. And we've got 2 possibilities here, 2 possibilities here, which go with these 7s, so 5. And we end up with an 8, 7, 8 here. Take care of 8s. I've now got 3 possibilities for 9 there. 3 possibilities for 9 here. 3 possibilities for 9 here. 2 possibilities for 9 here. Everything's currently open for 9 there. However, nope, that's all. This can't be a 9. That can be. That can't be. That can be. Up here and look at this one real quick. I think I've got 9s everywhere. So we got a possibility of 1 here. But 7 and 5 are blocked, so those are the only other 2 digits that are needed in this square. So 1. 7 and 5 means that can't be a 5, that can't be a 5, and that can't be a 5. We got 9s elsewhere, so this comes with 1. Alright, down here, that can't be a 9. 5, 3, 5, 3, 9, 4, 9. Alright. 5, 9, 5, 9 down here. We got a 7 here. The other digits that could potentially be here are 4 and 9, but they're blocked. So that becomes a 7. That turns this into a 5. This becomes an 8. And I've now blocked out the 7 and 8 and the row 4 over here. What am I missing that could possibly go here? Let's go ahead and tag this is 8 then. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I did not get 6 here. Nope, that can't be a 6. That can't be a 6. Which suggests to me that I've got that 1 in the wrong place. Let's say we put a 6 here and a 1 here. Then this can be a 6 and a 5 here. Turns that into a 7 and a 5 there. And that makes one of these 3 a 7. Pair of 1 9s, column. Okay. We got 5s, too many places here, but that's kind of something we need to worry about. I've got 3 pairs of 4s is, however, these two can now actually be a 1. Neither of them can be 8. Like, this is the 8 in the row. So now I got 4, 5, 1, 4, 5, 1, 4, 5, 7, 5, 5, 9, 7, 5, 9. Okay. We got 5s and 1s and 6s in the middle here, so this can't be a 5. Neither can that. 1s and 6s aren't an issue. Okay. Let's see. I've been missing out on a standalone 7 here, which means one of these two is going to be a 7. Don't know which. 5, 9, 5, 9. And I think I'm at my punt point. So if I come up here, 5 here, 3 here, 5 here, 7, 3, and 9. We have 4, 9, 4, 9, 5, so that comes a 5. 4, 1, 4, 1, 7, so that comes a 6. I put that 7 in the wrong. That one becomes a 7. And we now get a 9 here, which breaks the 7 9s here, reflecting here. Anything else that can go into the 7 9s here? The 1s are blocked, 2s are blocked, 3s are blocked. 4s are blocked, 5s. 7s are the only ones that go there. So, that 3, 5, 7 doesn't go there. Okay, let's put 5 here. This is 3 here. Then we get a 7 and a 3 here. Okay. 5, 9, 5, 9. 4, 9, 7, 4, 9, 5, 5. I've got a singleton 6 here. Nothing really magic about that. I see I failed or lost mark over here for 6s. And I've got 2s there as well as the only things that can drop into there. Okay. But I've got 4, 9, 4, 9 here now. So 4 9s are not eligible there. That 4 goes away. That makes it into a 5. 1, 7, 8, 3. 7, 9 here means not a 9 here. 1, 4, 1, 4 turns this 4, 9 into 9. It turns that into 4. And that with this becoming a 5. 4, nope, not a 1. 4 and 1, 6 here, 5 here, 9 and 4, 5 here, 9, 2 and 6, and I am out of options here. 1, 2, 3, 4, cannot be a 9, and a 4. Okay. Back to the 5, 3 proposition here. Let's do a 3 here instead of 5, 5 there. Gives me a 9 here, 3 here. Gives me a 7 here, 5 here. That becomes a 4. Turns that into a 9. This becomes a 4 and a 4 there. Okay. How about if we put 7 here, 5, brings this into a 7. That turns this into a 9, 4, 9 here. Okay. Broken. We have to back further. Okay. So I think I've made assumptions that don't work. So let's try this again. And we're going to unfill everything. Meaning nothing gets refilled along the way. Even if it looks obvious that it needs to be that. Like all the way back to that. Okay. That will be a 2, but like I say, I am not refilling anything yet. Do I have possible 2s everywhere? Or givens? Yes, I do. Now we can go to these. Okay. Five. That's everything. So all right. I do sanity check here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Yes, that is the one. That's likely to be a 5. Check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. I see no 8s though. So I just put in some potential 8 in there. All right. That breaks that potential of being a 5. Well, it reduces the potential of being a 5. Down here, got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, do not have 6s placed here. Okay, that can't be a 6, so that can't be a 6. Put here 1, 2, 3, 4. No 5s showing, so let's drop 5s in here. Alright, over here I've got pair of 5 9s. So this can't be 5 or 9. And that means none of these can be 7 or 8. Doesn't appear to be an issue. Alright, I've got a 7 6 pair. So that can't be a 6, that can't be a 7. Okay, that will help, I think, but we shall see how much. I have a single possibility for 2 here. Tidy things up a little bit. Hmm. Little possibility for a 2 up here as well. Now I've got a pair of 2s here and a pair here. So this one has the pair of 6s potentially with it. And it's really only 2 places I can put a 6 in this column. So 4, 5, and 9 go away from the 2 6s. But they are still valid elsewhere in the column for the moment. Okay, anything else? Ah, 8. Since that can't be an 8, none of these 2 will be. None of these are an 8. Make this into an 8. Okay. Okay, let's go with some things that we haven't used up to this point. Try 7 here. Forces this to be a 5. This becomes an 8. And this becomes a 6. Turns that into a 6. This becomes a 7. And become an 8 to 5. Because this is going to be our 8 7 here. 4 9s in the top here mean neither of these can be a 9. Also means this can't be a 9. Turning this 5 pair here. 5 9 down here. 7 9. 7 5 9. Make this into a 3. Right? This could be a 3 as well as this. might have been getting a little ahead of ourselves. So we get a 4, 5, 9 here, so it's 4, 9 at the top, 5, 9 at the top. All right. Does tidy up these choices for 5, 3 here a little bit. I now end up with, let's say I put 5 here. That makes, this is 6, this is 3, this is 9, this is 5, and this is 3. All perfectly reasonable at that point. Turns the 7, 1 into a 7 because I got 4, 1 pair down below. This 4, 1, 9 becomes a 9 now. And that turns this into a 4, this into a 9, 5 here. 4, 1 here goes 1 all the way over left. Turn this into 6. This down here becomes a 1. 4, 1, 4, and 5 now. 8 and 3 all work together to turn this into a 9, or 4 here and 9 there. 8 and 1 here. 7, 4 pair here. I get a 9 going in here. 7, 9, 3 coming up here. That turns that into a 4, 7 here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 7 here. 5, 1, 3, 4 here. 2, 1 here. 6, 1, 5 here. And 2. All the 56 minutes for this. 56 minutes, 41 seconds. Happy that you all hung out with me for the entire series of that. I hope you had it fun, maybe poking fun at me, maybe not. I appreciate the visit, and let's have a good time, talk more sometime.